And we have Aldwyn coming to us from Australia. Woohoo! Early in the morning for you, isn't it?
Yes.
we get to shift, we get to do a little bit of switch up, but last but not least, definitely. So let me just quickly introduce you to our audience. So Aldwyn is a mass media marketing expert. She's known as a media queen. She's a TV host, speaker, photojournalist, and author on multiple international best-selling books. With 38 years media experience, her PR company, AA Exposed Media, is the only one she knows of that guarantees results in the mainstream media. She's passionate about inspiring more good news in the mass media to help decrease depression and suicide rates and lift people's spirits. In 2018, she founded the Mass Media Tribe Meetup group and a Global Good News Day, which is run annually on August 8th. She founded a monthly Global Good News Challenge in June 2020, has tripled her business during COVID, and recently won 2021 BX Print Media and Photography Business of the Year. Also an animal activist, she founded Animal Action Events in 2007 and has run 15 annual charity events so far, raising awareness, appreciation, and respect for animals. In her spare time, she loves performing in her comedy duo, the Fiddly Giggles, acting, playing ukulele, Long Beach walks, and body surfing. Wow, that is impressive. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here. Great to be here. It's so fantastic to hear from Carol too. I loved what she was sharing there. Well done on putting this together, Edith. Fantastic event.
Thank you. So you've been in your business for such a long time. Tell us why marketing is important. Why marketing our business is super important.
Thank you, Edith. Well, marketing is 80% of everything we do. You can have the best product, service, or message in the world, but if no one knows about it, what's the point, right? And this is the thing, a lot of people out there are like the world's best kept secret, right? And if you don't market yourself, if you don't put yourself out there, then how are we going to know about you, to do business with you, to support your mission, to help expand whatever your vision is? It's not all about just getting new clients. I know a lot of people in business often think about, where can they get the next client? And I think with marketing, it's something that is a consistent approach. It's very important to consistently put yourself out there. And what I find nowadays, a lot of people have no patience, right? They might do one or two marketing methods and then they get frustrated with it and then they just stop. And then there's those that are just too scared to put themselves out there. And that's one of the biggest things that stops people is fear. And that shows up in a whole lot of different ways, with excuses usually about not enough time or not enough money or not ready now, all those kind of things I hear again and again. And then 5 years goes, 10 years goes, and some of these people have done nothing about their marketing, and they're working on their products and services, which is also important. However, we need to know about you. And that's the thing. And if you're not putting yourself out there as an expert in your field, then somebody else will be, and they'll be getting more business than you. They'll be getting more opportunities than you if you don't actually put yourself out there and be seen, heard, and known. So a lot of this is actually getting over yourself, getting over your own fears, and allowing yourself to put yourself forward or else you will remain behind. If you'll miss out on opportunities consistently if you don't market yourself effectively. So I think it's absolutely crucial, Edith, for life and for business. I mean, even if you want a relationship, it's important to market yourself, right? If you're single and you're online dating, how you market yourself in your online dating profile is also really important. So it's everything we do is marketing. So that's just a little bit on marketing. I'm very passionate about this topic. Obviously, I have been in the field for a long time, and you know, it wasn't always like that for me. I actually, growing up, was bullied as a kid in Sydney. I have Greek, Turkish, and Ukrainian background, and children can be very cruel sometimes. So for a long time, I felt invisible. I felt not seen, not heard, not known, not valued. And this is the thing, I think marketing has a lot to do, especially brand marketing, personal marketing, has a lot to do with your self-worth. If you have very low self-esteem, and if you are angry and miserable, then you will repel opportunities. If you feel better about yourself and about your life and love what you do, then you will shout it from the rooftops in general. And this is where I say, get over yourself, because we are all unique, right? And a lot of people think, oh, I don't look good today, or whatever. I won't do a video online. You know, I don't have the right makeup, or I'm, you know, my hair's messy, or whatever it is, right? All these excuses can come out in different ways. So it's just allow yourself, you know, you are special, you are unique, you have something special to share, even if you don't realize it. If you don't see what is special and unique about you, then work with an expert who will help to draw that out of you.
For sure. I do encourage everyone that I come across, just, you know, just do it. You know, Nike tagline, just do it. You know, count backwards from 5 to 1, and then get up and do it, and start that live. Push that button. I remember it took me 20 minutes to push that live button when I started. 20 minutes overthinking over and over and over again. And you know, you just get to do that anyway, no matter what's in your way, what are your limiting beliefs in your head going over and over and over. Just get to put them aside, or love them and but still do it anyway. So that's a fantastic tip. So what is your marketing strategy when you communicating your message to the audience?
Well, a big thing I've done for years is gain free publicity and build my influence through the power of the media and using traditional media. Of course, in the last 20 years, things have changed a lot in the world of the media and the mass media world now. We had no social media in the late 1900s, you know, 2004, Facebook started, and social media now is so huge that we're at a point now where we have 3.9 billion of the world's population. Of the 7.9 billion people on the planet, about half the world's population are now active social media users. Right. So if you're not on social media now, then you're definitely leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. And I know a lot of people are resisting social media because it can be very overwhelming, because there's so much that you can possibly do on social media, and the algorithms and things are changing all the time, and new additions are being added all the time as well. And it's important, again, to be patient with this journey and to really target your marketing to where ideally you want to reach your ideal clients or your avatar. You know, where are your clients hanging out? You know, on LinkedIn, a lot of people are underutilizing LinkedIn. You know, LinkedIn have over 80% of people on LinkedIn are business owners or decision makers. And now a lot more people are going over to LinkedIn because Facebook is becoming much more of a pay to play platform, where if you're not paying a lot of money for ads, your posts are not going to be seen as much as they used to be seen. Right. And so as this world is changing, it's so important that we also change with it. And as new features are added to social media platforms, such as Reels, you know, Facebook is really big on Reels at the moment, and Instagram, you know, the more you embrace the new additions, the more you're going to be seen on those platforms. However, essentially at the basis, no matter which social media platform you're going out to, it's important to be authentic. I think authenticity is the new currency when it comes to marketing. I think people are sick of the lies. They're sick of the crap out there. They're sick of the things we've been fed by government and politicians and media. Mainstream media have been media programming for years, right? And people are starting to wake up to what's going on in the world. And I think particularly the last 2 years, people have been quite irate and angry, even in Australia, particularly about lockdowns, mandates, people being forced to be vaccinated, all these kinds of things, to keep jobs, to see family, to be able to travel. Our freedoms have been taken away from us, and people are feeling helpless and hopeless to do anything about it. And they're shutting down. People are shutting down. And in fact, we've seen now, 4 times the suicide rates through COVID than before COVID. And, on average, about 1 million people a year worldwide take their own lives. And now, so that's gone up 4 times through COVID. And so mental health is a really huge issue right now. And whatever it is you're passionate about, and mental health is a big one for me, whatever you're passionate about, it's important to share that authentically about why that's important to you. So for me, I've had depression. I've had 4 friends take their own lives by the age of 45. I've seen firsthand the effects of negative mainstream news. However, the good news is we have a lot of good news channels nowadays, and even the mainstream news outlets do have good news sections on their websites, most of them, right? So it's just a matter of where we look and what we choose to focus on. If you believe everything you are told in the mainstream media, you will end up depressed and suicidal, because 99% of it is negative. And you think, what's the point of living if everything's so doom and gloom out there, right? And so it's really important to check in with yourself and actually, notice, where are you vibrating at, as in where are your emotions? Dr. Hawkins' scale of consciousness, over 100 years ago, it was proved that scientifically we vibrate at different frequencies when we get into different emotions. We are 99.9% energy, frequency, and vibration. When we get into anger, fear, frustration, shame, guilt, we're vibrating at below 100 hertz. When we get into love and above, and love is at 528 hertz, joy is actually higher than love. Gratitude is higher than love. You're vibrating at 540 hertz. Peace is 600, and enlightenment is 700 plus. And this is where meditation is really important, actually tuning into yourself, get to know yourself, get to love yourself, because you are unique. You've beaten 1 billion swimmers to get to the finish line just by being born. There's a reason you are here on the planet, right? So allow yourself to put yourself out there, to share your love, share your light. This is what the world needs more than ever now. They need authenticity in marketing. They need people connecting with their audience. We need to see more videos, because trust is a huge issue. Trust, billions of people are being scammed, billions of dollars every year is being scammed online and offline, right? There's scammers have come out like nothing before, it seems, in the last few years, because people are getting desperate out there. And so with that happening, trust is massive. And if anyone is looking to interview you for a mainstream media channel, whether it's TV, radio, print, or a podcast or an online show, they are going to be Googling you. And so I say, are you Googlicious? What does your branding and marketing say about you when people are Googling you? Is there consistent messaging across the board? Does it say what you stand for or what you really care about? People want to know your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? They don't want to just know about your widget. They want to connect with you. It's people marketing too. As much as the business marketing is important, we connect with the people behind the brand. So all of these things are really important. Authenticity, massive. Be true to yourself. And the more true to yourself and the more inner work you do too, and I believe there's quite a bit of work also that needs to be done in the background here, and actually doing the inner work, doing the, looking at what is stopping you from putting yourself out there. If you haven't put yourself out there, or if you'd like to put yourself out there more, what has been stopping you? What has that been costing you? And what are the best ways to move through that? And working with experts is a great way to fast track your results in life and business, because the fact of the matter is 1/3 of people die by the age of 65. 1/3 of the whole population, and 65 comes around pretty quickly. In fact, I'm finding the years are just flying by for me. Every year seems to go quicker and quicker, and we think we have a whole lot of time to do things. However, there's no time like the present, and actually just taking action on something. We are also at incredibly exciting times when it comes to the world of online media, as far as the opportunities go for being interviewed in online media channels. Now, in 2018, we only had 500,000 podcasts worldwide. Now we have over 2.2 million podcasts. And online magazines, of course, are very popular, like you know, Edith, with your Courage magazine and online magazines. Online media is becoming more and more popular. Online newspapers, online TV, and also looking to start your own shows and your own media. You know, anyone now can go out and be a media mogul and create their own media. You don't have to have years of journalistic experience like I did when I did a media degree and had years and years of actual experience, you know, in different media outlets with TV, radio and print. That's not so necessary nowadays. You know, you can start your own show and share the knowledge that you have and interview experts. You don't even have to know everything yourself. And in fact, if you know 10% more than someone else, you can put yourself out as an expert, just 10% more than someone else. And so if you're there, if you've got this saboteur in your head saying, oh, I don't know enough, or that person's better than me, or their story's better, or blah, 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 right? Just notice, get conscious to how you're actually operating in life, where you're vibrating at, what energy you're putting out. The higher you vibrate in life, as in that love and above, peace, joy, gratitude, the more you're in those spaces, and also reflecting that in your marketing, and also reflecting the times when you have your low points too. I think that's important, to share the highs and lows that we have in life. It's all part of the journey. The more you do that, the more you will actually have magnetic attraction will happen. You'll start to magnify clients, and you'll start to attract them into your field. And, you know, nowadays I have a lot of people that contact me out of the blue, people I don't know, that ask me to guest speak or to be a guest on their podcast, and the opportunities start to come your way, as opposed to, you know, repelling people if you're in a negative state. And it's something that is very hard to quantify. It's in the quantum field. You know, how we vibrate and the energy we put out can create miracles. And in fact, it does create miracles every day. And some people need to see the evidence. And, you know, I see the evidence on a daily basis. I know that if I'm in a bad mood that day, I will tend to repel people, and I will tend to repel opportunities. And then the minute I shift my state and start to vibrate at a high state, and notice the conversations in my head, you know, like any money stress, for example, I notice if I ever have any money stress, I just switch the conversation and say, money comes to me easily and abundantly, and then believe that and feel that. And then sure enough, something will pop up where some money will come in, or, you know, a client will come in or something like that. So just noticing, noticing what we're saying to ourselves and how we're putting ourselves out there will be a direct reflection of our own self-worth and our own clarity within ourselves.
Oh, wow. Yes. And you just reminded me, because I just used similar, I didn't do it purposely, but I just referred it to how hard it was for me to speak out. And you know, I wouldn't go live. I wouldn't, and it would take, and once I decided to start doing lives, it would take me such a long time to go live, because of so many different thoughts in my mind. But shifting is super important, to shift your frequency, like you call it, shift that state of mind. I thought you're going to say you went back to bed because you felt, but you shifted and you showed up for that customer.
Yes. And yes. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we do need to go back to bed too. You know, sometimes we need to allow ourselves some time out, because, you know, I know as a high achieving woman, you know, I've always had this thing like, you know, got to work hard for your money. It's been that sort of European drive, which is so not true. You do not have to work hard for your money. However, this is a subconscious belief and a patterning that I've had from my upbringing. And it's always like, I've always had to, you know, feel like I have to achieve all the time. And as a high achiever, we can push ourselves really hard sometimes. And we, you know, and my pattern has been go, 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 crash, go, 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 crash, right? Yeah. And this adrenaline cycle, adrenaline and then depression and then adrenaline and then, and it's been like that through the media too. Years of deadlines or timeframes to meet has also been a very stressful kind of industry. And so more so the last few years, I have taken time out to do things like women's circles, meditations, yoga, to have some time to go to the beach and swim in the ocean is one of the things that brings me the most joy. You know, to have a gratitude journal, to actually start the Global Good News Challenge I started during COVID that anyone can participate in, sharing gratitude and good news on a Facebook Live. And that's free marketing for people when they do that. So when you speak out gratitude, it's also incredibly powerful. So being gentle with yourself on this process, I think, is really important, and getting that everything is hard until it becomes easy. Everything is hard until it becomes easy. Okay, so be gentle with yourself. And a lot of people I know, Edith, also very nervous when it comes to doing a live video. You are not alone. And I always say to people, take the attention off yourself and always look at how you can be of service and come from the heart, not the head, because it's our head, as Carol was saying also, it's our head that stops us. This, you know, this wants to keep us safe. And if we have something that's happened in the past where we've spoken up and we've been shut down, then we might have made a decision back then, I'm never going to speak up again. Right. And just notice. And usually it happens in school, right? Where someone puts their hand up to answer a question. They get the question wrong. Everyone laughs at them and they think, right, that's it. I'm not going to speak up ever again. Right. From that one experience. And it's amazing how this subconscious programming and things from our childhood that we may not even be aware of can still be stopping us to this day. And this is where doing the inner work is just as important as having a marketing strategy and having ideas on how to get publicity or how to market online. You know, we can give you every strategy in the world here at this summit, right? And if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have that self-worth and know that you are here for something greater and that the world needs to hear your message, your story, there's a reason you've gone through all the ups and downs you've gone through in your life. And partly will be to inspire others, right? So looking at what are all these highs and lows you've had in your life? How have you come through them? How can you use these stories to now inspire others with your marketing message? It's all perfect. Everything is in divine order, even though it may not seem like it sometimes, right?
Yes, it is. And the question I'm always asking myself, what's the worst is going to happen if you go ahead and do that project, if you go live, or if you start your different business, or if you connect with someone? What is the worst that can happen? They're going to say, no, I'm not interested. That's it. There's nothing so huge that can take you off your goal to reach your goal and be successful in business. So tell us, I know you've told us a lot of different marketing tips. Do you have one go-to marketing technique you tell your customers?
Yes, free publicity. Free publicity, getting free publicity in mainstream media or online or offline media is incredibly powerful and so underutilized. A lot of people are doing Facebook ads. They're scrambling all over the place, doing spray and pray methods of marketing with their advertising, spending a fortune on advertising and not generally getting great results. People who I do know are getting some results from their Facebook ads, etc. They're usually investing about $10,000 plus per month. That's not always feasible for small business owners and people starting out. So if you're just starting out, use free publicity. The journalists are looking for stories every single day. There are literally millions of media outlets looking to interview people about your expertise. And it's all about how you package yourself up and how you put yourself out there. Free publicity has been absolutely crucial for me. It's been crucial to get messages out, build brands. It's been absolutely massive and a great way to leverage yourself. Great way to leverage yourself. If you're feeling time poor at all, then you could put one story out, even in your local newspaper. You could reach hundreds of thousands of people, just the local paper. And your local media is a great place to start if you've never had any publicity before. Contact your local media, tell them what suburb you're from or what area you're from, and tell them what you're up to. So free publicity, Dr. Florence is asking there, free publicity is where you have a journalist that reports about you. They actually do a story about you for free. You're not paying them anything to do a story about you or about what you're up to or about your story. They're doing it for free. You're not paying for advertising. A lot of people paying for advertising in a lot of media, and that could have its place for some people. I'm not saying advertising is bad for everyone. It does work for some people. However, generally speaking, if you are on a low budget and you're just starting out, free publicity is a great way to go. And then to keep being consistent with your marketing and putting your story out there. So journalists are looking to interview people. You've got two main departments in most media outlets. You've got your advertising departments and you've got your journalists, which is the editorial departments. Journalists look to interview people all the time. They have nothing to do with the advertising department. If your story is too commercial when you're pitching something to a journalist, then you will get asked to take out an ad and pay thousands of dollars, right? So it's about, with your story and sharing your story with the media and with journalists, it's about how does what you do or your story, how does it help the wider population? That's the thing to look at, and having it be non-commercial. My pleasure. And then someone also asked there about what I just mentioned before. I think it was Erica. Erica, I think said, what did I mention? So it was the Global Good News Challenge. I've just put my link tree in there, linktree/Aldwyn, which has got a link to that. Or if you go to the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page, pinned to the top of the page is details on how to participate. Absolutely free, very simple Facebook Live challenge. And this is another great go-to marketing technique, is actually do more Facebook Lives, do more Instagram Lives, do even LinkedIn Lives. I've started to stream onto LinkedIn now. Do more videos, more videos. We want to see more of you. You are the X factor. Your story is the X factor. You are what we want to see and connect with, right? So sharing authentically from the heart, sharing tips about how you help people, all of that kind of thing is very, very powerful as well. So video is really powerful, and free publicity in general, people are not doing enough of. And if you want to know more about this, I do a whole masterclass. I do a whole 4-hour masterclass where I go into great detail on exactly how you can go from having no idea with publicity and being the world's best kept secret on to how you can be a star. And it's absolutely possible for everybody here. If you're watching this, there's a reason you're watching this. You know, perhaps there's a calling coming that it's time to step up. It's time to make a bigger difference. And that's the thing. The more you do that, the more you're going to inspire your family, your friends, your community, your clients. The more you step up in life, the more you will impact the world around you. And that's where the ripple effect is very, very powerful.
Yes, definitely. I invite everyone to attend your masterclass. I went on it and I just came out so with bag of knowledge. And it was, I think, 2 a.m. my time, but it was super great to attend. So thank you so much. We've got just a couple of minutes. Which brands do you admire when we talk about branding and media brands? Which ones do you feel like you are aligned with their core values?
Well, one of the biggest is Oprah, of course. Oprah is a massive brand, right? She's a phenomenal lady, someone so inspiring in the field of media. And you know, she had a show at one point called Super Soul or Soul Sundays, right? So it's about coming from the soul and the heart. And so Oprah is someone who has shared her personal story many times, you know, about how she was abused and all the hardships she went through in her past, and how she has come through that as an African-American woman, a woman in a male-dominated industry, how she has come through that and become such an icon now worldwide and such an inspiration. I would say Oprah is the #1 brand, and she's got the own network now, Oprah Winfrey Network as well. She is the brand, you know, she is the person who we connect with and admire, yet she has a whole team of people behind her that are also helping to lift her up. And I totally admire her for her courage and determination, how she shares from the heart when she does. And, you know, some people say she's gone to the dark side lately. Well, I do find that hard to believe. Hey, however, anything's possible, right? You never know what's going on behind the scenes for people, even though we have this beautiful brand in the front, this beautiful soulful brand, you know, perhaps she has gone to the dark side. I don't know. There are some very evil people, unfortunately, that are leading the banking systems and media systems and, etc. So it's always do your own research when it comes to that. And something I've done recently, actually, is I've started a new Facebook group called Conscious Community Global. And in that Facebook group, which is free to join, you'll see in the top featured in there is some life-changing documentaries that will absolutely blow your mind. So for anyone who has thought that, what we're getting in the news is the truth and the whole truth, then I recommend you join the group, which is at my Linktree link there, Conscious Community Global, and check out the featured documentaries in there. There's one called Thrive, which is really, really powerful. There's one called Samadhi, which is about our union with Source, and it talks about how powerful we are as human beings. And, when we really get that, our marketing is going to be so much more powerful, and our lives will be so much more powerful. You will not be shut down by fear, because that's what's happening. People are being shut down by fear, whether it's inner fear, outer fear, world fear, whatever it is, it's some version of fear. And the minute we see it, we can then shift it. Right? We see it, we can shift it. If we don't see it, then we become like the mouse on the wheel, and we go over and over and over doing the same old things, wondering why we're not getting different results. And this is how a lot of people are doing life. And the thing is also here is to not be too hard on yourself, like actually acknowledge yourself for noticing it, and for, for the journey of life that we're on. Be grateful for this amazing journey. The more grateful you are, the more opportunities you're going to get as well. And just give yourself permission. Allow yourself. I'm allowed is a great sign to put on your door before you leave home every day. Put a big sign, say, I'm allowed. I'm allowed. And allow yourself, give yourself permission to step up and out with your message. So Oprah's the biggest brand. Back to your question. Of course, there's Amazon, Google, Tesla. There's all these other brands out there that are very well known. However, I can't say I admire all those brands necessarily. I admire the fact that some of these tech companies have grown incredibly fast, and they've things like Uber and Airbnb, they've absolutely transformed industries, whether it's the taxi industry or the accommodation industry. I do admire different tech companies that have become massive. However, I don't relate to them as much as I relate to, say, Oprah or Ellen or, some of these TV show hosts. And it's because I'm connecting with the people. I don't connect with the people behind Google and Amazon and,
Exactly. Connecting to your people. That's the best advice. So you also have another gift to us, and would you mind sharing? Where I think Abdul has the link. She could share it in the chat. I can also.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we have a free media strategy. Media strategy session. Media strategy session one-on-one with me. That's about an hour. We go through what you're doing and where you're at and what you want to achieve, and I give you some ideas there on how you can market yourself. So there's a free media strategy session worth $497, and that is with every ticket purchase for the free Publicity Secrets Masterclass. And the direct link for that masterclass is freeprssecrets.com. So once you purchase a ticket there, just message me, and they're only $197 Australian, which is like probably $150 American, something like that, to attend 4-hour online masterclass. Next one is June 11 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. our time in Brisbane here on I'm in the Gold Coast, which is 1 hour south of Brisbane. So we're on Brisbane time here. So your time, it will probably be the day before, which would be June 10. For the UK, it'll be probably night time of June 10. So around that time, freeprssecrets.com, and free media strategy session with that worth $497.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. This has been so empowering and beautiful and very knowledgeable. So thank you so much for being here at an early hour of in Australia. It was 7 a.m. right now.
It's 7 now. Yes. Now I'm actually waking up. Haven't had coffee yet, but it's coming up.
Wow, without coffee, you are buzzing. I cannot go anywhere without a cup of coffee. So thank you so much. It's 10 p.m. my time, but it's been such a pleasure to have you. And thank you so much to all my speakers as well. You are super, super powerful to be here and speak to our audience. I will be in touch with you on email. And please do reach out and connect to each other. And I'm looking forward to what you're creating next. Keep in touch. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Edith.
Thank you. Erica, I'm in the UK. in Europe. So yes, it is bedtime for me.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
absolutely.